said, 12 months have gone past already. It's the Epiphany, the Feast of the Epiphany, and the Cavalcade is about to start. Well, when I say about to start, in about an hour and a quarter from now. We've had a bit of drizzle already. Let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that it doesn't happen anymore till tomorrow morning. I know a lot of people say we need the rain, but certainly not on a night like this. Well, it's going to be a fabulous show. I've had a quick look round, and the standard is absolutely marvelous. And with me is like a forever committee member, John Goodyear. John, what are your thoughts at this moment in time?
Well, we're delighted this year, Richard, because everything seems to be going so very smoothly. Here it is 6:15, and everybody is here. In the past, we've had some problem with people arriving late and problems on the way and breakdowns and things like that. Keep our fingers crossed. Nothing has gone wrong.
That's because we're more British now.
It could be that. It could be that, couldn't it?
It's been said that there's been like a resurgence of interest in the Cavalcade this year.
Yes, it's nice to see some people back into it again.
So what would you attribute this?
I don't know. I think they might one or two have dropped out 2 or 3 years. They might, in fact, have regretted the fact they've seen what's going on. They're seeing it's going on without them, and they come back and joining in again. And we're absolutely delighted.
And what about the standard?
Well, it's excellent. I've been talking to the judges, and they really are having difficulty this year. Very often there is one that absolutely stands out. Not so this year. The standard is very high, very good. It's very even. And it's going to be difficult.
Well, there we are. Thank you, John. And hopefully, like I said, in about an hour and a quarter's time, and I've still got my fingers crossed, we're going to set the pace here from Casemates all the way up to the Cathedral of the Holy Trinity, and we'll have a great night. I can confirm that the standard is absolutely marvelous. So we're with some other people that we see every Saturday morning, Tito, but this time you have an addition to your troupe, haven't you?
Yeah, we've built our own gun. You know, to change the normal routine of marching up and down, we've decided to add a bit of more historical anecdotes to it, and we've made a cannon like they used to drag in those days, and we're going to drag it all up Main Street.
But what do you mean you've built and you've made? It looks so authentic.
Well, I know. I'm delighted with the finished product, because I never realized it was going to come out so good. And everybody who's come and seen it have been asking, how are you going to drag this about 2 tons? I mean, no? Well, feel it, you know.
Fiberglass.
It's fiberglass, wire, paper mache, the lot.
Will you get double pay this week, because you've done the Saturday and the Sunday?
Not really, it's all about...
And you're pulling the gun?
Yep, I am. That's why I'm dressed like this.
Good luck.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure they will manage. They're young, healthy men, and there's a couple of ladies here as well to help them along. There was still about 40 minutes to go before they set off from Casemates, so I thought it might be a good idea to walk around and see what was on offer. Look, we have the Vikings. The Vikings on the Rock of Gibraltar? Whose idea was this? Well, I suppose it's up to me to find a friendly Viking. Who came up with the idea of Vikings?
It's about a group of 3 nurses, and we decided last year to enter, and this year we decided again, and we joined efforts.
So that's the hospital, the St. Benet's Hospital?
No, it has nothing to do with the hospital.
Really?
It's just friends, nurses.
Friends, nurses
They've not been sponsored by the hospitals, it's got nothing to do with the hospital.
So that shows a lot of initiative. It's what we want people to do, right?
Yeah, it's just a private thing.
Absolutely marvellous. Do you think you're going to win?
No.
You don't?
No.
Why is that?
Because we had an engine which would rock the ship, and apparently today it's broken.
And that means that you think you're not going to win because you don't have the engine?
Yeah. The ship should rock from side to side, but as the engine is broken, it's like a normal ship. And
you just have to get the kids to jump up and down.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I'm sure they won't have a problem paddling or rowing all the way up to Main Street, up to the Holy Trinity Cathedral. Now, this looks familiar. So here we are then with Jonathan Sacramento, who's normally at the helm of things like this. This is the Gibraltar Live Music Society, who are making an entrance this year.
This is the first year that we've had a float as such. There were some live bands on last year, but this is the first time we've done anything like this. It's obviously been a very, very last-minute thing because of the rain, and we didn't want to get all our musical equipment, our expensive musical equipment, soaked. So we've all prepared it at the very last minute.
So how are you managing to just get, what I ask, is it just a one band or a bunch of musicians?
There's 3 bands on, but later on, if there's time, we're going to have a jam session where there's many musicians we can collect along the way as possible.
Do you think you'll win a prize tonight?
We don't care, it's all about having fun, really.
Jonathan, keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
Jonathan Sacramento keeping live music alive in Gibraltar, and I mean alive. There was a lot of noise and music coming from those boys on that trailer. Moving along, as one does, I come across, hang on, trouble is brewing. The Duran family there, oh dear, was that painful? With a scene from the OK Corral. So we leave that and we join the Bikers Association. They're doing it too. This year we have the Bikers. Harry, what made you come to this year?
Well, frankly, it was organized by one of our colleagues in the force. And he decided to make this cavalcade in the 1960s. And because he has a Harley Davidson,
we must show it off.
That's it. So he said, let's get all together and let's drive behind the cavalcade.
How many is all together? How many?
All together, I think it's about, let me count it.
Roughly?
It's about 12.
12. Okay.
We've got the mopeds as well on the side, which are going to go behind as well.
So are you entering as one of the floats and you might win? Is that it?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully we might win. The cavalcade, as you see, it's very nice.
And what happens on a night like this, these spanking clean bikes, if it starts raining? Will it annoy you?
Well, I've been cleaning the bike now for, half an hour, and I've been cleaning it twice. So if it rains again, I'll be all night cleaning it before I go to home.
Good luck.
That's it. Thank you. Bye.
Wow, look at those bikes. And time is moving on. Do we have time to talk to everybody? No, but look. This is very close to my heart. The music of the 60s. Brian Poole and the Tremolos, Do You Love Me? Weren't you in the 60s?
No!
Why not?
I'm not that
old enough? You're not as old as me to remember the 60s?
No.
You're not?
No.
So do you like the idea of dancing to music of the 60s?
Yeah, I like it.
Do you think you'll win tonight?
Maybe.
Good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Keep going. Oh, that certainly brings back loads and loads of memories. Well, there's a bit of everything in this year's cavalcade. Look what we have here. These are familiar sights. What is the theme exactly?
Our theme is Disney, as you can see, and we decided to get the kids dressed up with the characters, and it's a lot of work has gone into it.
Was there any quarreling amongst the kids, saying, I want to be Donald Duck?
No, none at all, none at all. They already knew what they wanted, so it was a matter of dishing it out.
So what do you think your chances are tonight then?
No, it's been fun making it anyway. Yeah. So let's just wish for the best. If not, it doesn't matter.
Are you coming again next year?
Definitely.
Yeah. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, at 7:30 on the dot, the show got on the road, and we moved down to the cathedral, obviously moved the crown for a better vantage point, and there we saw the Royal Gibraltar Regiment, who led the parade. Smart as always, sounding good as always. There goes the band then, and look who's following. It's the Star of David, carried there by our friend Carlito, and I see Mari there. And look, the kings, the three kings, Melchor, Gaspar and Balthasar. And every year we mention, I wonder who the kings are. Well, I happen to know two of them. I'm not telling you though, I'm keeping it to myself. Every year these gentlemen very kindly go there to the place where it's all organized, and they have to be made up and dressed, and it takes a lot of time. Then they go to the different hospitals around the rock and one or two other places before they actually sit down in their thrones, as it were, their roving thrones, and off they go. And look, here comes the third prize of the junior section. It's the Students' Association with the theme Austin Powers. Looking very colourful and ready to dance the night away. And those floats kept on coming, of course. There was 10 of them, don't forget. Here comes the Gibraltar Motorboat Association, and we see a lot of these people in the summer up and down the harbour. They also had a very colourful float, the youngster there on the ski jet, making their way through to the cathedral now, the second cathedral of the Holy Trinity, which is what they all did really. The three kings had to stop first of all to greet the mayor down at the House of Assembly, then on to the cathedral at St Mary of the Crown, which is now traditional, and then the final one is the Cathedral of the Holy Trinity. And of course, once again, turning right into Cathedral Square and dispersing along a Line Wall Road. Here come the guys that we normally see on a Saturday morning between 12 and 1, marching down to Casemates and coming back at about 1. Well, today they're pulling that very heavy gun, or so they told me. There they are. This time they're not marching in time, they're just sort of like moving along and making sure that these other gentlemen do their work. They put in a tremendous effort throughout the year, come rain or shine, on the Saturday mornings, and of course they weren't going to be left out on this cavalcade also. Well, here come the winners in the junior section. They scooped the first prize in the junior category, and it was a float all to do with the MTV Awards. Something that I'm sure many youngsters in Gibraltar watch all the time, MTV television, and also the awards with the different kinds of groups. There, he looks like a rapper, doesn't he? In fact, two rappers there holding their awards. It was a great night. I think we mentioned before that the weather was really threatening, but it seemed to keep away. It was a bit windy, certainly not cold. There was a slight drizzle when we were standing there, but not to deter anybody, least of all Miss Gibraltar, Damaris Hollands, Miss Gibraltar 2002. Looking smashing as she looked before she went to Nigeria and London. Our other young ladies, top princesses, throwing sweeties to all the young children, having a great time. And the third girl. They were in, of course, private cars. Again, here we were wondering whether or not they would be sitting on the back of the cars or in the cars, but of course the weather was kind. The Gibraltar Sea Scouts, they look very splendid in their uniforms too nowadays. They gave us a bit of a display outside the cathedral of St Mary of the Crown, and then moved on to follow the rest of the group. More young princesses, youth princesses, looking lovely as always. Youth in a red sports car. Another familiar face, one of our cameramen. And here we go with the Gibraltar Live Music Society. About a dozen musicians on that trailer, taking it in turns to perform for us as they drove down the main street. Adrian Pizarello, I'm sure, gave us a fine acoustic number somewhere down the other end of Main Street. I didn't hear him. They were making plenty of noise and good rocking sounds too. Here come one of the newcomers, the Methodist Church. They put on a float this year. Noah's Ark, perhaps appropriately. And they won the second prize of the junior section. Plenty of atmosphere, it must be said. Despite the weather, everybody turned out, as many people as ever, I think. 3 or 4 deep on both sides of the pavement, and they just hung about. The fact that it wasn't cold, I think, helped, although there was the threat of the rain and the wind, but it was comfortable and people just waited. And anyway, there wasn't time to wait because everything, as I mentioned, went so smoothly. It was prompt and they were there. There they come, the Classic Cars Association, with all those antiquated bits of luggage on the roof of the car. Lovely cars. First, fourth scout group, the band. They march ever so well, don't they? All of these scout groups. Considering they're just part-time performers. long way to Tipperary, but not far to the Cathedral of the Holy Trinity. Lewis Daniel Limited, that was probably registration G001 or something, as old-fashioned as that. And here we have the Vikings, who we spoke to earlier, and it's such a pity that that motor broke down, because apparently the ship that provided the ship with movement, and that broke down. So as we said earlier, they had to row all the way down Main Street. But what a splendid performance that they put on as well. Look at all those Vikings and that very long boat. Nurses, just a group of nurses getting together from the hospitals and deciding that they too wanted to do something for the community. Absolutely marvelous. 10 out of 10 to them for their efforts. Well, it's crazy how we go from one era to another in one single evening. Here we have the second prize of the senior section, and this went to the Duran family. And I think, again, trouble is brewing. Well, it's a good thing I was hiding behind our van, because bullets were flying and things were getting very, very serious. There's Mr. Duran, who reckons he's done a good job there, as he does as a policeman as well. It is in fact the Duran family. Most of them are connected family-wise, and what a great idea. I know he is, Mr. Duran there, is a cowboy enthusiast and goes off on holidays to do with cowboys in the West, and the Wild West, things like this, on the trail sort of thing. So that is something that he has very much at heart. And I think that speaking of things that you have at heart, let's see what comes up now. There we are, you see the 60s, the fabulous 60s. And here we have another float that did ever so well, put up by the Services Police. It's the theme of the 60s. Bright costumes and bits of choreography here and there. It was moving along at a fine pace. There go the young ladies again. Most floats with plenty of sweets and bits and pieces to throw to the children. There we have the vinyl 45s as well. And along with that float, we have the walking parade as well. Again of the 60s, same float. This time they were doing the walking though, and the dancing, more to the point. Brian Paul still belting that song out, Do You Love Me? The toddler doing his bit as well. I suppose some of the people that are watching here must be thinking that, you know, just families. We see the Duran family there. We also saw the nurses, not necessarily associations or official groupings getting together to do these things, just groups of friends, family groups. Like, for instance, the Bikers Association. Are they all from the association? I know they all sport Harley Davidsons. I understand the most expensive bike in the world, and they were gleaming. They were a little bit upset that the rain came down for a while before the cavalcade got started, and it wet their gleaming bikes, but they soon got down to it and got them gleaming once again. About a dozen of them there, and that's the first time that they've done their bit with us on the cavalcade. Look at all these funny men and women. Monsters Inc., I'm led to believe. I don't watch cartoons. The only cartoon I watch is the Osborne Family. That's funny enough. This is the Royal Gibraltar Regiment, who once again have come up trumps. They took the first prize in the senior section, and they're portraying the characters of Monsters Inc., the cartoon series. Plenty of them on the ground. Of course, there's plenty in the regiment to help along, so plenty on the ground and on the float as well. All sorts of shapes and sizes to please the youngsters who are wondering What's this coming towards me? And the adults as well being pleased by their appearance in the Main Street Cavalcade this year as well. There we are. Monsters Inc. The Royal Gibraltar Regiment. First prize of the senior section. Sponsored by Newcastle Building Society. Hello to you too, sir. Slowly but surely, the cavalcade coming to an end. Not quite. Another 1 or 2 floats to come. And I think it could be said that the standard once again was quite high. And it's good, it's very good to see that there's been a new impetus, if you like, in the cavalcade. It died a little bit of a death over a couple of years ago, then it picked up again a bit last year. And there we are. This year it seems to have maintained that momentum. Let's hope that things improve even more. Room for improvement there always is, of course. So let's see if these little bits of improvement here and there can be achieved over the next year or so. We have a final float coming up now, all the way at the bottom there, because there is a slightly awkward bend there, so the guys in those big trucks have to maneuver that. There we have the Disney characters. Airfield MT, the Royal Air Force drivers, presenting the Disney characters, and Cinebank doing a bit of sponsorship there as well. Now these are favourites of everybody, of course, especially the youngsters, that they like to watch all these Walt Disney movies and cartoons, and there's quite a few of them there, as you can see. All the important ones coming to Gibraltar to perform for us at our cavalcade. Donald Duck, is that Minnie Mouse? Mickey was up front, of course, and the lovely castle of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, who was at the Sleeping Beauty. I hope there are no witches there. And so there ends another year of wonderful stuff. Well, that's it then. That's how it's been for another year. It's been a good one, I think. Let's find out. Hello, excuse me. What did you think of the show this year?
Very good.
Yeah. Anything you liked in particular?
I think Monsters Inc. went down very well.
I think they won too, didn't they? So you're ready for another year?
Yes.
Okay.
It was okay.
Very good.
I like the Austin Parks because my cousin was in it.
Who? Oh, Austin.
Yeah.
And me too. And I like the Disney one as well.
Looking forward to next year's one then?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of the show this year?
I think it's splendid effort. Considering our resources, everybody puts up their weight, and it's a splendid effort in the long run. Everybody seems to have enjoyed it.
And the weather held up?
I'm glad, very glad it didn't rain. We were all praying so that it wouldn't rain, especially for the kids.
Marvellous. I think we should keep it up every year.
What did I think of it? I think it's been good, like other years as well. Been quite impressed with some of the floats. Yeah, excellent.
Okay. Yourself?
Oh, had a great time. Loved it, yeah. Yeah, children have enjoyed it.
Any preference?
I must admit I did like the Monsters Inc. That was very well worked.
The one that won, I think.
Yeah, I think it was brilliant. Absolutely, yes.
So now we have to wait another 12 months?
That's right, yeah. Well, we'll look forward to it.